What's up, guys? It's your girl Chris. Today is February 17th. It is a Tuesday and it's 8:45 a.m. in the morning. Bing. I don't know why I feel the need to say that this morning, but hey, I just go with the flow as usual. Y'all, I thought I asked Google to turn my music on, but I guess she doing what she want to do as usual. So today I want to talk about something that has come across my desk. And the world, like people used to say in Nassau, they say, boy, Nassau ain't a real place. And I say, boy, this world ain't a real place. A lot of foolishness is be going on, a lot of fakey, I wouldn't say fakey, but a lot of BS is be going on in life. Okay. So, I feel like a question people would like to ask me is how am I so calm, or how I just deal with things the way I deal with things, right? Bing, so I can try to answer that question. One of the things I know, like I tell you, when I was a child, I was a little interested in science like that. Biology was my favorite subject. When I was in school, I didn't carry that path out, but I'm just saying. So science tells me that we use 10% of our brain, right? So knowing that we use 10% of our brain, when I hear about the freaky shit what's going on, I know that it's very much so possible that things that I'm not aware of that happen and is probably happening can be happening. Okay? So that gives me kind of wisdom in that department to kind of accept the things that's going on in the world, like astral projection and XYZ. Now, this has come across my desk, and the topic of switching souls and stuff like that. Hence, this morning I'm playing Freaky Friday. Hey, Google, play Freaky Friday on YouTube by Chris Brown, please. Because, like I say, the celebrities have always been telling us what's happening in their songs, in their movies, and so forth. See? Go. Yeah, listening to me. Bing. So, today I want to share a video with you about a movie. It's called Behind Her Eyes. And it kind of, stick with me, it's a little lengthy. It's this girl on... Excuse me, sorry about that. Every time I come on camera, these kind of things has happened. Anyhow, so this girl is giving oh Lord. Long story short, just watch the vibe with me, okay? Just watch it. Okay, it's a little lengthy, but there's a lesson or there's something that I want to teach you or pinpoint out to you at the end of the clipping. Okay, bing.
So what was the big plot twist in Behind Her Eyes? You asked me for spoilers, so here they are. And if you don't like spoilers, you can watch this one right now on Netflix. But this series follows the story of a woman named Lois.
Read from the future real quick before we get started. After editing this entire video, I realized that I was pronouncing Louise's name wrong. So instead of me saying Lois, imagine I'm saying Louise. Okay, back to the video.
This series follows the story of a woman named Lois, a single mother who is working as a secretary at a psychiatrist's office in London. One night, she goes to a bar and bumps into a good-looking Scottish man named David. They talk for hours and even end their night with a kiss, which quickly turns awkward when David suddenly pulls away saying he can't do this, then turning around and storming off. Lois goes to work the next day like nothing ever happened, and soon discovers that her new boss is none other than David, also known as Dr. David Ferguson from the night before. And the reason he stormed off? Well, it turns out he's married to this mysterious woman named Adele, who he often keeps tabs on and never says I love you to. Upon this discovery, David and Lois agree to keep their little night a secret. But trust me, this is only the beginning. One day, Lois coincidentally bumps into Adele on the street. Although Lois is hesitant at first, her and Adele become friends behind David's back, bonding over gym sessions and sharing their experiences with night terrors. Adele even gives Lois a journal that once belonged to her old friend Rob. This journal reveals that Rob also suffered from night terrors, and he wrote extensively about them, as well as sharing his technique on how to control them. Despite this newfound friendship between Lois and Adele, Lois gets even closer to David. He ends up becoming her little sneaky link. Meanwhile, David and Adele's relationship grows more toxic, especially when Adele begins to relapse on substances. For context, Adele has an addiction problem, and the reason why David is so controlling is so it doesn't come back. Now, a turning point comes when she gets punched during one of her secretive outings. She ended up using this injury to cause some problems with David at work, and inevitably with Lois as well, because Lois didn't take the optics very lightly. She and David got in a huge argument, and she didn't want to speak to him after that. Now, if you thought that was twisted, get ready because it's about to get worse. We find out that Adele knows how to astral project. Essentially, she can make her soul leave her body and see things when she's not actually physically there. This revelation lets us know that she has known about Lois and David's relationship the entire time. And one day she decides to spy on him when David is telling Lois that he's sorry and that he's in love with her. Now this pushes Adele over the edge, and she devises a plan to indirectly expose her and Lois's friendship, because this entire time it was a secret. And once he found out, it led to a heated argument between him and Lois, essentially bringing their affair to an end. Now Adele also uses this opportunity to plant ideas in Lois's head, claiming that before they moved to London, David had cheated on her with this woman he met at a coffee shop, and also even worse, that he possibly killed Rob. Now later that night, Lois learns that she has the ability to astral project, and that's when she realizes that this is how Adele has known everything from the beginning, realizing that every coincidence was not actually a coincidence. Now that Lois is fully entangled in this mess, she starts digging deeper into Adele and David's past, and soon discovers more than she could ever bargain for, including the real reason why they left and moved to London. You see, David used to visit this coffee shop, and the owner of this coffee shop was a woman named Marianne. Now, this is the woman that Adele claimed that David cheated on her with. But the truth is, Marianne was not his mistress. All Marianne ever did to David was give him advice to leave Adele, because it was pretty clear he was unhappy with the marriage, just trying to be a good friend. But Adele did not take it that way. Marianne's little advice led to a horrifying confrontation between her and Adele, with of course, David taking Adele's side. Once Lois learns all this information, she meets up with David and starts putting pieces together even more. And it all leads to an even more twisted story that no one could ever expect. After Lois's meet with David, she goes back home and calls Adele, telling her that David is going back to Scotland to tell the police everything, which is not exactly in Adele's plans. So what exactly is David telling the police? Well, we'll get to that. But later that night, Lois gets a text from Adele, which is alluding that she is about to take her own life. Regardless of all the craziness, Lois still cares about her as a friend, so she rushes over there to see what's going on. And when she gets there, she sees that Adele's house is on fire. Lois calls for Adele multiple times, but she is unresponsive. And when she realizes that she can't get inside the house, Lois decides to try to astral project to see what's going on. As her soul makes her way through the house, she finds Adele laying on the bed. But then there's a plot twist. Adele's soul is in the corner watching, and once the opportunity arises, she ends up taking over Lois's body, forcing Lois's soul to get trapped in Adele's body. Then Adele as Lois goes inside the house and finishes the job, literally stealing Lois's body and her entire life. But there's one last twist that you should know, and this is the biggest one of them all. All those years ago, Rob went to visit Adele at her estate, and there she taught him how to astral project. Envious of her life and infatuated with David, Rob convinces Adele to try to switch bodies with him. Once they successfully do, Rob kills his own body, trapping Adele inside and throwing her and his body down a well. From that moment on, Adele has actually been Rob, and he, as Adele, has been lying to David this entire time, manipulating him by holding Rob's death over his head for over a decade. Because how would it look for his career if an addict OD'd at his house? So Rob was Rob until he became Adele, then Rob was Adele until he became Lois. And now David, thinking that he's finally with the one he loves, truly has no clue who he just married. And poor little Adam, Lois's son, has no clue who his mother has become. Yeah, this story is insane.
Is everything alright?
Never better.
He could tell something was wrong with his mom right away. But you hate boats. You've always said you hate boats.
Maybe I've changed.
Now, I watched that once, and I hope I can remember the people's name, because I wasn't about to watch that again. I think it's Lois Adele and a crazy guy patient named Rob. I think the boyfriend, husband, whatever, his name was David or however. All is to say, I'm bringing attention to this astral projection situation, and like the plot twist in that story of behind the scenes, it shows the dangers of astral projecting and people being able to go into your body and XYZ and switch bodies with you and so forth. Now, I've seen other video clipping like this clipping I have of Kim Kardashian with this particular girl where they have this clock in their hand and they saying they switching souls or whatever.
Well, I do have this magic clock.
Wait a minute. You want to use this clock's dark magic to switch places for 24 hours without anyone knowing? Okay, bitch.
Tick-tock 1 and tick-tock 2. You are me and I am you for one day.
Nevertheless, there is a need to bring this to y'all attention that this kind of shit is possible to happen. Okay? So, be very aware of this thing and be very careful of it happening. Okay? So that means that when you astral project, it's very dangerous to do that because this can happen to you. Okay? I think that I've watched a video before where they say, you could get trapped in that realm. Because demons or something be waiting to go in your body and take over your body and stuff. I don't know too much about these things. But it is what it is. So astral projection is very dangerous. Please do not do it. The Bible tells us not to fool with these things. And if we would just listen to God, though we don't understand, we would be okay. We would do very well. But hence, curiosity is kill the cat all the damn time.
What is this?
That is Marilyn's hair. So.
You can clone her.
That's awesome.
You can clone her.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I learned from Going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I learned from
Okay? Now, I use this particular movie illustration because I want you to see the importance of deception, how humanity can deceive each other. Okay? When you're the odd person out, you have to be careful of strange people coming in your life with intentions that you do not know of. That's very dangerous. People who are in your energy, astral projecting to you, knowing things about you, and then making so let's call it the spiritual world. Then making things a reality in your world, in the physical. Okay? And you, who probably don't astral project or however innocent, falling into every damn trap the cotton picking devil's plan for you. Okay? Bing. So be very careful and don't fool with these things. Don't pick it up. Okay? Don't pick it up. Don't put your hand in the damn fire. You don't need to put your hand in the fire to feel the burn all the time to learn the lesson. The Bible says a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. A smart man makes mistakes, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. Okay? That's one thing for the video today. As it stands, today, February 17th, yesterday, February 16th, I went, I do my video on the McDonald's situation. And all of a sudden after that, I start craving like I want to eat a burger. I like eating burgers. I like making homemade burgers at home. Now, after I go and get this damn burger and eat this damn burger, which it tastes like shit, by the way. It tastes salty and it burnt very quickly. So now that I done eat this, that the devil proceeds to tell me, or whoever proceeds to tell me that, what you eat, what you make a report on from McDonald's. Because I say McDonald's, damn, eating people and cannibalism and making people eat. The elites, damn, eating people and making people eat people. I posted a video on my page about this girl talking about how she was forced to have a child and then they made her eat the damn baby and whatever bullshit, these literal things what happening around the world. At the end of the day, let's just say, and I'm just saying, if I was the damn, if it happened to me, guess what? It already did happen to me from I was eating damn McDonald's anyway. Okay? I was, like I said, it's safe to say, whoever eat McDonald's done experience eating flicking humans. And I would say that I was also basically told that, basically, I obviously know that they force people to do these things. They force celebrities to eat flicking, and that's what it's called, pizza. They have this thing, I think that's what it is. We call them pizza parties where they flicking eating damn children and shit like that. So, and I just show y'all a clip in my last video, show y'all a clip of The Rock basically saying he's eat children and XYZ and all that, and I say that ain't funny and whatever. They tell them real shit. Okay, so as the captain of my fucking boat, a good captain goes down with the fucking boat. I letting y'all know, people of God, y'all with the fucking realists, okay? I believe in going down with my fucking ship. So, with that being said, I come to peace with knowing, hey, if that's what happened to me, too fucking bad. I feel as if my mind keep telling me, Kristen, you just do that. Why are you having this craving for this? It's like all kind of signs was coming to me like, don't eat this or whatever. But my emotions keep getting suppressed for some reason, which highlights something else to me that what I want to talk about. At the end of the day, Holy Spirit told me that it had to been done, that God allowed it. And at the end of the day, whatever God allowed, I see well done in my life. If God allows something, it's well done. He do everything for a reason and a purpose. So one of the things I believe people would have like to ask me is like, how you be so calm in these situations and passive, because it is what it is. The serenity prayer, like, God help me to change the things I cannot change. That God help me to change the things I can't change and accept the things I can. Accept the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that is the mindset I have. At the end of the day, I can't change what has already happened. So it makes sense going crazy about it. So the thing I was saying about emotions earlier in the video, I am learning now that these demonic entities, people be able to suppress your emotions, arouse the emotions, suppress the emotions, or whatever. It's all manipulation. It's all different forms of manipulation. Okay, so I also just want to answer a question that I think humanity may want to know, right? So let's jog back on the fact that one time I told you guys, if you follow me, I was like, when I was having my awakening process, during this process, I was to this church and the person said to me, basically the assistant pastor said to me, he was like, you want to eat sperm, whatever, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, however, right? So people may want to know how I was so calm with that process, because I was like, I don't care what y'all do. I already said that I didn't want to be with my ex-husband, and I'm not going to be with my ex-husband anyway, so whatever y'all do it. Basically, was what the mentality. And people may want to know, how do you have that mentality? Because I have a mentality where I know that in my life, when I'm faced with any situation, I'm going to do the best that I can. In every situation, I'm going to deal with it when I get there. And I have a mentality of knowing that when I get there, I can deal with it the best that I can. I'm going to think. I'm going to strategize. I'm going to think, and I'm going to use all my strength. I'm going in with a fight. Okay? I have a mentality knowing that, yeah, you might, but it ain't going to be easy, because I could do the best. Okay? I can wait for the loophole. I can wait for God to give me the loophole and the way out and the this and the that. I believe in God and I walk with God. I know that He is with me. The Bible says, scriptures say, yea, though I walk through the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because God is with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me, XYZ. Okay? And I am saying this to say, I don't want nobody to think that, oh, you're such a Christian and you have so much faith in God and this and that and whichever, which is true. But when I'm faced with these things, it's not that I'm thinking of God. I don't believe in bullying. I'm not going to let anybody bully me into anything. That's why I have a different mentality. And let me just liken it as a lion. One time my mommy said, you realize the lion isn't the biggest animal or whatever. It's a mentality. You understand? There's other things that are bigger and have other qualities, bigger, faster, and stronger than a lion, but nobody is fucked with the lion because the lion have a mentality. That's what I've been telling the people of God. The people of God is scared to get dirty. Huh? And like you can't be scared to get dirty because the enemy is scared to get dirty. So fear not. Knowing that at the end of the day, you're a good person, that God is with you. And he will always show you. And he will always create the door, the way out in certain circumstances and situations. You just have to look and see it. And I want to remind the people of God that during my process in life and my process in my awakening, I realized that God is such a subtle God. He is so subtle where the enemy is just in your face, this and that. God is very subtle. Subtle signs, subtle revelation, subtle, okay? So go into everything knowing that, go into every fight knowing that you could do your best. Whatever kind of fight you're going through, spiritually, mentally, physically, go in knowing that I'm not going to let nobody take advantage of me. I'm going to do the best I could do. And at the end of the day, my mentality is, if the shit is going to hit the fan, the shit is going to hit the fan any flicking way. Anyway, you put it, it's only dealing with it up front and dealing with it later. And I see in life that when you deal with things in delay, that's when the bullshit is be the worst. I deal with things up front right away. It's called nipping it in the bud. So when the enemy come up, try roll up on me with their threats and tactics and talks, I deal with it. I nip it in the bud. And because I was able to nip it in the bud, right at the bud, it wasn't able to manifest and take over my life. Y'all gonna let someone be a boss or bully over you? Bully you continuously, telling you what to do and whatever. At some point, there's gonna be something that they ask you to do and bully you to do that you just can't fucking do. And the shit is gonna hit the fan. So it might as well hit the fan in the beginning. I'm not bowing. That's the importance of not bowing. Okay? If God be with you, it could be against you. Like I say in one of my videos, it's a mentality. It's an all knowing that God is with you. It's a knowing. It's a mentality. I think that's a video that I might not have posted as yet. And I would also like to say that I reached this point in my life where I just don't know what's coming next. And as of today, I just trying to be patient. I am inviting peace and patience into my life, knowing that God is in control. And with Christ at the vessel and with Christ on the vessel, we could smile at the storm. This is not in my control. Because I would never in a million years think that this is what God had for my life. Or even think that the kind of things that going on in the world is the kind of things that going on in the cotton picking world. Okay? So, Christ is the head. God is the head of my life. And I realize that a lot of times when I'm making these videos, like I tell you, I have pre-recorded videos that I just can't get out. And pre-written things and plans that I haven't even done. But I realized that God letting things out in his time and in his order. And certain things I realized that if God did let me plan it, I would have never let it get done because the devil like to come and make you sleepy, tired, weary. So God don't even tell me what's the next step or what's the next thing with coming out. Because if the devil know, if I write it down and plan it out, the devil will go and do it and all his power to flick tire me out and bury me out until I can never bring my ass on the camera. Okay? This has been your girl Chris from Love Gone. What? Viral. Let love go viral in your hearts today.
I am not alone. For the Father is with me. I have said these things to you that in me you may have peace. For in this world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world.